Today we shall be talking about the famous novel The Sun Also Rises. This novel was written by Ernest Hemingway, who is an American novelist. The life duration of Ernest Hemingway 1899 to 1961. The title of the novel signifies that everything has a beginning. That means after a generation, another generation gets started. The title of the novel was taken from the quotation of Bible. This novel was composed in 1925 and published in 1926. The time setting of the novel is 1920s. The point of view of the novel, first person limited. The place setting of the novel are the capital city of France, Paris, Saint Sebastian, that is a coast city of northern Spain, like Indian city Goa. And finally, Pamplona. Pamplona is the capital city of northern Spain. Now move on to the themes. Here in this novel, Ernest Hemingway have focused on several themes. First of all, the lost generation. This term, lost generation, especially refers to such kind of people who got bad effect from the First World War. Number second, superficiality. That means spending life without any purpose. Just drink and roaming here and there, going here and there. Next one, effect of war and disillusionment. Masculinity and importance. That means when a man becomes important, what type of helplessness continues in his life? That has been shown in this famous novel, The Sun Also Rises. And of course, escapism. Why the escapism is one of the themes of this novel? Because all the characters of this novel wants to get rid of the bad effect of the First World War. That's why they are ready to escape from their day-to-day life and from their reality. Now let's move on to the symbols. Here in this novel, we get different type of symbols. Mainly bullfighting, that symbolizes masculinity, and the bullfighting also symbolizes fraud relationship among the characters of the novel. The second symbol, or the most striking symbol of the novel, is water. Water symbolizes purification, both physical and emotional. Before going to start detailed summary, we should have a look on the character list. Here in this novel, there are several characters, but you have to know basically 6 characters to understand very well the summary of the novel. First one, Jack Barnes, who is an American war veteran and the protagonist and narrator of the novel. He has been important because of his injury from the First World War. Second one, Lady Brett Ashley. Lady Brett Ashley is the most striking, beautiful lady character of this novel. She wants to enjoy her sexual independence. She at the same time maintains multiple relationships with men. Robert Cohn. Robert Cohn is the novelist friend of Jack Barnes. He is a Jew. Bill Gordon. Bill Gordon is a writer friend of Jack Barnes. Bill Gordon also is an American. Pedro Romero. Pedro Romero is the 19 years old, handsome looking, skilled bullfighter with whom Brett builds an illegal sexual relationship. There are some minor characters in the novel, which are Georgette. She is an Persian prostitute. Frances, fiancée of Robert Cohn. The Count. He is a rich Greek war veteran with whom Brett also preserves illegal sexual relationship. And finally, Montoya. He is the hotel owner of Pamplona. Now, ladies and gentlemen, move on to the detailed summary of the novel. This novel starts with the description of Jack Barnes, who is talking about his novelist and boxing champion friend Robert Cohn. Robert Cohn is a very rich man. He has gotten a large fortune from his inheritance, but most of his inheritance was lost because of his unsuccessful conjugal life. From his first novel, Mr. Cohn has gotten a considerable success, and now he is staying in Paris with an exploitive rude lady Francis to write his second novel. And Mr. Cohn is pressurizing on Jack Barnes to spend a vacation in South America. But Jack Barnes straightforwardly forbids that. He does not want to go to South America to spend any vacation. In such a way, the superficial lifestyle of the people of lost generation has been represented at the very first chapter of the novel. Now the story of the novel turns to a nightclub or bar where Jack Barnes flirts with a lady, Georgette, who is a Persian prostitute. Georgette tries to build up a very sexual, attractive relationship with Jack Barnes. But Jack Barnes, while drinking, forbids Georgette and declares that he is ill. George Barnett also humorously says to Jack that she is ill. But Jack then asserts that he is really ill because he got injured in First World War. Hearing this, George Barnett leaves Jack and starts to dance with other men. To forget the sorrow of importance, Jack drinks disorderly. In the meantime, Jack meets Brett. And Jack now is very happy getting Brett once again in his life. Brett is introduced by Jack with all the members of Lost Generation in the bar. While going to the hotel of Brett, Jack and Brett get intimate sexually. But suddenly, Jack informs that he is ill. He has been in Florence because of the injury of First World War. That is well known to Brett. Because during First World War, Brett worked as nurse in the army hospital. Hearing this, Brett leaves Jack, but Jack offers Brett to spend a beautiful time with him. But Brett is not ready to make her life hell because she wants to enjoy her sexual independence. Here in Paris, in the first book of the novel, Brett builds up two illegal sexual relationships. First of all with the Count and second with Robert Cohn, spending a beautiful vacation in Saint Sebastian. In such a way, book 1 is finished. Book 2 starts with the planning to go to Pamplona for enjoying fiesta and bullfighting. I want to inform you that fiesta is a religious festival in Spain that basically lasts for 3 days. All the members of Lost Generation are taking preparation to go to fiesta. But at this moment, Brett warns Jack that she does not want to go to Spain to enjoy bullfight and fiesta if Robert Cohn is accompanied by them. Jack asks Brett why, what's the reason. Brett confesses she spent with Robert Cohn very beautiful moment in Saint Sebastian. But Robert Cohn is not a good type of people. That is why she has given up him. However, all the people of Lost Generation go to Spain for bullfighting and fiesta. And here in Pamplona, Brett once again builds an illegal sexual relationship with a 19 years old handsome bullfighter Pedro Romero. All the time, Brett enjoys her sexual freedom. When Mr. Cohn can learn that Pedro Romero and Brett have built up an illegal sexual relationship, and this relationship was built up by the help of Jack, Mr. Cohn beats Jack and Pedro Romero. At the evening of the day, Mr. Cohn apologizes Jack for his misbehavior. However, the relationship of the people of the Lost Generation gets deteriorated because of Mr. Cohn's rough behavior and Brett's extremely sexual attraction to several men. All the characters get preparation for going back. Jack moves to San Sebastian so that he can enjoy the beauty of the nature, and in this way he can console himself. Brett stays with Pedro Romero. In this way, book 2 ends up. Book 3 only bears a single chapter. Chapter 19 starts with Jack's beautiful moment in San Sebastian. Jack enjoys Mars, enjoying the natural beauty, swimming in the sea, enjoying the bike races. But all on a sudden, on one evening, a telegram comes to Jack from Brett. Brett requests Jack to come to Madrid, that is the capital city of Spain, as soon as possible. Jack takes a train and travels through the night, reaches to Madrid and to the hotel of Brett. When Jack meets Brett in the hotel room. She was crying. From bed, Jack can learn that Pedro Romero has pressurized on Brett for marrying him. But Brett is such a lady who does not want a very formal conjugal life. That is why she has a breakup with Pedro Romero. The end of the novel is something pathetic because Brett asks Jack if they have such a beautiful moment forever. But Jack tells Brett that it's not right to think in such a way. From this story, what we can learn basically, the people of Lost Generation are totally diversified. They could not forget their terrific experience of the First World War. But this is not the life. Avoiding all kind of bitter situation, a human being must stay forward. That is the success of life. Do subscribe to my channel for getting regular update. No more today. Be happy and successful.